materials you're going to need to sculpt a chickadee. Alright, you got your foam block. You see, that's all the wool stuck to the backside. You have to put a material around it. These are broken needles I stick in there. It holds it in place. And you get all this wool stuck in your material. And then those are my needles I'm going to use. Now I've got, you know, there's yellow tipped, there's a purple tip, and then there's a gray tip, and they all do different things. Some knit the fabric in, and some pull the fabric out. I like the yellow one because it's a finer detail. So that's what I used. You can find that on Living Felt. This I had somebody ask what this was. This is the hairy, I called it Angora, but it's really not Angora. It's viscose white peach, and this is 1 ounce. I mean, you can do a lot. This looks more like hair than the wool. See, the wool is more like this. This is white. This wool here is the one I use to create the body. It's more of a beige. You can see the difference. Okay. Then I use a brown in the wings. I use a little blue for reflective light on top of the black, around the eyes. This yellow ochre color I use under the wings as the artistic license to create just a little depth and color to make it more realistic. This is black. I use that black for the black cap of the chickadee. And this is the gray for the wings that I use. Okay, and then I can mix the brown and the black and some of the white to make the feathers look like they're folded. Okay, now if you look here, I already have a beak made. Now this is a chickadee beak, if I can get it. You see that? Okay. I stick the floral wire, which is very thin, in the sculpty, and then it's sculpted. See how that fell off? That happens, you just stick glue in there. And then put the wire back in. Okay? No big deal. And then there's feet. See the feet? And believe it or not, these are marked right and left. So, that lends to the realism of the bird. These are pewter. They bend easily. This is the right one. And this is the left one. And I paint those black because that's how chickadee feet are. They are black. Okay. Here's the sculpty. And that's what I use to make the beak. You form the beak around the wire, and then you bake it according to the instructions on the back. Whatever that says. And then you hand paint it black, and you got yourself a beak, or whatever beak you want. Here are the eyes. Comes in a box like this. You got 3 millimeter here, 7 millimeter here, 9 millimeter. I use 5 millimeter for the chickadee. See that? 5 millimeter. And it has a little wire on the end, and you have to stick it in there. Okay. How's that? Got it? Okay, this is the felt that I use for the tail. It's just black felt. And then you can you know, put color in it if you want. I cut it to the size of the Chickadee with scissors, right? Cut that, snip, snip. You can also make wings out of the felt if you want. And then, you know, add the details to this felt. Little felt goes a long way. And also, you know, Elmer's glue. This glue is an oldie but a goodie. And I just keep adding to this one. So, Elmer's glue. And what else do I want to say? All the links for these materials are in my description down below. So go take a look and you could find everything you need to needle felt your realistic bird. All right, it's very important to have a good reference. So this is my reference for a Chickadee. You know, I try to find a good picture. Now you really can't see his eye so well. You gotta zoom in on there and see it's a little lighter around the eye there. So that's where I would use that blue color. And see under his wing there, you kind of have that ochre type color that I showed you. And put a little in there and it just makes it look nice. All right, and here is the floral wire. You can get this probably at the hardware store or whatever, but it's very easily bendable. You can knit that into the felt for the tail. If you want a flying bird, you can add it to the wing and then you can bend it any way you want. And you snip it with a pair of these snippers. See those? And that'll just cut that real nice. Snip, snip. And then, you know, I was talking about sandpipers. You know, you can't find sandpiper feet at woodcarverssupply.com. So we make our own sandpiper feet. And this is like, I don't know if it's called crepe tape or not, but it's an architectural thing. They would make trees with this. They do a wire and then they wrap it around there. Well, you can do the same thing with a bird's foot, you know, and it's very thin and it all sticks together and it stays really well. And if you want to, you could paint on top of that as well. So it's very thin, crepe-like tape.